Manchester United fans are still hoping for a resolution to the takeover saga, months on since the club was put up for sale. In a statement in November, the American family announced that they had entered a process that would explore strategic alternatives for the club and that saw Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani enter talks. But the saga is still no closer to reaching its conclusion, despite the best efforts of interested parties. Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim are both hopeful their bids will be successful, and the Rain Group are overseeing the process. Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim have submitted very different proposals. Ratcliffe wants to secure a majority share in the club, while the Qatari bid wants to secure full control and purchase 100% of it from the Glazers. Talks are still ongoing between all interested parties, and we'll bring you all the takeover news in this blog. George Hodgson. That's all from us. Thank you for joining us on the latest Manchester United takeover blog. We'll be back again tomorrow. Come and join us again then. 21:36 George Hodgson evening transfer gossip. Read more here. 21:02 George Hodgson Glazers urged to make quick United takeover decision. Former Manchester United striker Louis Saha has urged the Glazers to make a quick decision on the takeover after admitting Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani's bid was exciting. In November, United's owners announced they would be exploring options for further investment in the Reds. As time passed, two bidders hit the front of the race: Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim. While Ratcliffe is proposing a bid which would seal 60% of the Reds for himself, Sheikh Jassim is wanting a full takeover of the club. In conversation with Compare Bet, Saha admitted he would lean towards the Qatari banker's offer, but the priority was to get the deal done to help Ten Hag in the transfer window. Read more here. 21:02 George Hodgson. Have your say. This widget requires JavaScript to work. Manchester United. Manchester UTD XXXX 1956 George Hodgson. United's first signing of the summer? 1933 George Hodgson were heading towards the endgame. 1827 George Hodgson. Sheikh Jassim pictured interested Manchester United buyer Sheikh Jassim, alongside his two brothers and father. The photo, posted on Instagram, is captioned by @HBJ_Althani, with the boys Jassim, Sahim bin Khalid and Fahad, and the second photo, consultations with Bo Saud for dinner. 1820 George Hodgson. Sheikh Jassim's plans to shake up Manchester United. More here. 1739 Jack Flintham. Have your say on the United takeover. You have seen what Neville thinks, but tell us what you think in our survey below. 1652 Jack Flintham. What Neville has previously said about the takeover. Speaking back in April, Neville told the Overlaps Live show his feelings on the two prospective United bidders. 1612 Jack Flintham. Neville reiterates Glazers' stance. Speaking at a Football Supporters Association event, Neville made it clear how he wishes for the Glazers to fully sell United. 1540 Jack Flintham. Ratcliffe's verdict. After meeting the Glazers. Following a meeting with the Glazers, Ratcliffe told a Financial Times hosted event in October he was impressed with them as people. 1507 Jack Flintham report. Sheikh Jassim potentially eyeing Plan B. According to ESPN journalist Mark Ogden, Sheikh Jassim might go after Spurs if his move for United fails. He told the United Stand, via Football. London, 1437 Jack Flintham report. United takeover saga could have scrapped Rice bid. According to Give Me Sports' Dean Jones, the United takeover saga put an end to any hopes of joining the race to sign Declan Rice. He told Football Fancast, 1402 Jack Flintham, have your say on the takeover. Make sure to have your say on the United takeover in our survey below. 1335 Key event United takeover will not affect transfer approach. Men's Sport understands United want to complete a deal for Mason Mount quickly so they can target a striker. The Reds will continue with their transfer approach despite uncertainty surrounding the takeover. Financial fair play has once again impacted United's budget this summer. Read more here. 12:53 Jack Flintham report. Ratcliffe preparing for nightmare repeat. According to the Daily Express, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is preparing himself for a nightmare repeat of last year's failed bid for Chelsea. It is understood the Ineos chief is losing confidence in his bid to buy United, with Sheikh Jassim hitting the front. Last summer, Ratcliffe lost out in his bid to buy the London club from Roman Abramovich as Todd Boehly completed his takeover. 12:17 Jack Flintham analysis. Rain Group's United verdict highlights Neville concern in modern football. There is a fine line between ensuring high performance on the pitch as well as being financially profitable off it. Manchester United is an example of a club which has potential to be successful in both spheres. However, lack of performance on the pitch in recent years has led to greater scrutiny off it. While there have always been critics of the Glazers' handling of the Reds, voices have grown louder against their ownership since the departure of Sir Alex Ferguson as manager, as United slipped behind their rivals not only in the Premier League table but also in the boardroom. Read more here. 11:39 Jack Flintham ex United striker names preferred bidder. Speaking to Compare Bet, Louis Saha leaned towards Sheikh Jassim taking control of United as opposed to Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He explained, 11:13 Key event Old Trafford set for refurbishment once takeover is confirmed. Offices at Old Trafford are due to be refurbished once the Glazer family settle on a resolution of the strategic review of Manchester United. Maris Interiors are understood to have secured a contract to modernise the workspaces at the stadium, but the agreement will only be sanctioned once there is clarity over United's ownership. Stadium master planners Populous are also in a holding pattern, having presented plans of a redesign or a rebuild of Old Trafford last year. Read more from our chief United writer here. 10:43 Jack Flintham Sheikh Jassim pictured amid United takeover. United takeover bidder Sheikh Jassim has been pictured amid the race to buy the club. In an Instagram post from his father, the prospective owner of the Reds can be seen in a maroon shirt on the right. 10:05 Jack Flintham opinion. Inside Ratcliffe and Ineos transfer strategy amid United takeover bid. 9:30 George Smith Neville shares Ten Hag concern in takeover saga. Former United captain Gary Neville does not believe Erik Ten Hag will be interested in signing a marquee player at Old Trafford this summer, suggesting it could cause friction between the Dutchman and prospective owner Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani. Neville, as quoted by The Mirror, said, 8:45 George Smith KEEPOR sell. Have your say. This widget requires JavaScript to work. Manchester United Manchester UTD XXXX 8:05 George Smith Sheikh Jassim weighing up alternative plan. According to ESPN journalist Mark Ogden, Qatari banker Sheikh Jassim is weighing up a move for Tottenham Hotspur should his bid to buy United fail. He explained via Football London. 7:35 George Smith Glazers refusing to sanction spending. The Glazer family are refusing to sanction spending in the transfer window because of the ongoing uncertainty surrounding the takeover situation. That is according to a report by The Mirror, which claims that the American family are not prepared to dive deep into their pockets to support Erik ten Hag's recruitment drive. It has reportedly left the Dutchman infuriated. 7 o'clock George Smith ten Hag's patience tested. According to a report by the EPL Index, Erik ten Hag's patience are being tested by the length of time the United takeover saga is taking. The whole saga is now more than 7 months old, and it is threatening to impact ten Hag's summer transfer plans. United have been slow out of the traps in this summer's window, and the takeover situation is risking him missing out on top targets. Furthermore, uncertainty remains about the size of the Dutchman's overall budget. Steven Ralston Berbatov on takeover. Steven Ralston inside Ratcliffe's United transfer strategy after a fractious relationship with their current ownership. Manchester United fans share a common hope for positivity moving forwards. The two frontrunners to take over the club are Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani. Speculation suggests the latter is in pole position to complete his purchase, with Avram and Joel Glazer reportedly willing to agree to a full sale. However, sources close to Sheikh Jassim's camp last week refused to admit the process was falling in favor of their bid and appeared to suggest both parties had an equal chance of completing a takeover. Should Ratcliffe win the race to buy United, there remains something of an unknown regarding the money United would have to spend in the transfer market. Read more here. Steven Ralston United midfield plans hinge on takeover saga. United are facing a crucial summer as they bid to shape their midfield for the future. Erik ten Hag wants to sign Mason Mount as an attack-minded number 8, with the Englishman's flexibility a major asset. He would naturally fit alongside Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes in midfield, with Christian Eriksen also competing for a starting spot. That leaves United in limbo about who they want to keep as backup in midfield. Scott McTominay has been linked with a move away, but, at 24 and as a United youth product, is more attractive for the club to keep. Read more.